Hello and welcome everyone to episode 6 of my VRChat World Showcase series. As always, I want to show you 10 cool worlds, and I'd say we just get right started. The first world we're going to look at is called Deep Blue by Finns. It is not Quest compatible, and it's a really good looking beach and underwater world. So you can already see here, we have really pretty beach here. If you go outside of the house at the start, there's a button where you can go to an underwater dome, which is a small isolated area underwater. But there's also a swimming prefab with U-Done. You can also swim with full body or just your normal movement. And you can swim in the entire ocean or dive. And there's a lot of really cool details in there, a lot of fish swimming around, and overall it's a really nice experience to just swim around here and explore the deep blue ocean. However, it is a little bright, so there also is a night version called Deep Blue Nights, also by Finns. It is essentially the same world as the day version, however there's a couple of differences. First of all, obviously everything is dark and it's night. You have a little more comfy mood. There's a couple of lights here that also make for a festive environment a little bit. You still have the underwater dome, but there's also a possibility to call a party ship. At the start you have these options here, and if you click on party mode, you have to wait a little, and then the party ship will slowly arrive. You really gotta wait a little bit. I've already been waiting for a minute almost, and it is slowly approaching. But when it is there, we get into a really nice party mood with a lot of horns, firework, festive music, and it looks really cool. Overall, both worlds are really well designed and I like both a lot. Next we have a funny meme world called Deer Punching Simulator by Igbar from Squid, and it's not Quest compatible. And yeah, what can you do here? Well, you can go and punch some deers here, or you can also do it over there. Where you start off by clicking on start, press the trigger when it is high. Got it pretty bad. And then you can punch it. And it flies into the distance. And then you have a scoreboard with the best punch, with the worst punch. And that's essentially the entire world. It is pretty funny. I like deers. No deers got hurt in the making of this video or this world. But the idea is pretty funny. Yeah, I like it. Next we have a pretty trippy world called Disconnected Video Feedback World by Momo the Monster. It is not Quest compatible. Basically you're in a room where all the walls project the image of that camera, and obviously the camera also captures what's on the wall and therefore it loops a lot. I can grab this for example and do some very crazy fancy stuff with that. And there's also a lot of other options that you can do on this panel here. You have some objects that you can use to make fancy stuff. You can make it follow your head movement. You can show some fancy different types of floors. Different types of skies, you don't really see it too much. And yeah, when you experiment around you can get a lot of very crazy and funky stuff happening. It's a cool thing to experiment around with. Next we have another world by Finns called District Roboto. It is also not Quest compatible, and just like Deep Blue, it's a really pretty world. It is currently in Christmas mood, winter mood. The update lasts a little bit longer. Usually there's no snow. But both versions, snow and not snow, look really good. It is some kind of cyberpunk robot city. And there's a lot of different places that you can go to. You can do parkour, you have 2 jumps, a double jump at all situations. And you have a lot of hidden secrets. There's small cats hidden that you can collect. When you find all of them, or at least 20 I believe, then you unlock a room with avatars. Generally, it's just a really good looking world. You can go into a lot of the rooms, you can climb up almost everything you see, do some parkour, enjoy the view, and just have a really good time in this wonderful world. Next we have the world called DJL Dance Stage by DJ Lucas LT. It is not Quest compatible, and at first it looks like a normal stage. However, there's a billion options, and then you can make it into something like this. A really pretty looking dance stage. You also have camera controls that you can switch between. A lot of different camera sets. You have a lot of settings on how the cameras should look, what they should do. You can also have it switch automatically, or you can have a cameraman that does it for you. And yeah, there's a billion settings that you can use to customize your experience to your liking. And I think this is hands down the best world to ever perform a dance. I like to use this when I do karaoke. Then I'm just standing here singing, and it just looks really good. Next we have the world called DOAXVV Pool by Ishmael, and it's not Quest compatible, and it's a really good looking pool world. You can already see in the background, this is essentially the whole world. There's a few areas that you can't see on camera, but overall everything looks exactly like this. It looks really good, it is somewhat performant, and you can swim. It has the swimming prefab, you can go into the water, swim around all the way you want, also with full body tracking, use your feet to swim. And I think this is the best designed pool world I've found yet in VRChat. Really cool place to hang out, can definitely recommend. The next world is something for you if you like rain. It is called Downpour by Zoidberg656. It is not Quest compatible, but it has a really cool, stormy, rainy atmosphere. You can already see it. This is essentially everything there is in this world. There's not much to it, but personally I like the atmosphere. I like the sound of the rain, the thunderstorms, and I've actually been here a couple of times with friends, just talking. Next we have the world called Draw Fireworks by Hina. It is not Quest compatible, and it is a world where you can draw your own fireworks. You have these panels and these pens, and then you can draw whatever you want with different colors. And then you have this cannon here, and you can shoot it off into the sky. Here you have a toggle to fire all the other ones off automatically, or not. And it's, I think, a really cool concept. You can draw your own firework, and what I really like about this world is the light reflections. Like if you just look outside, the firework reflects so nicely in the water. I really like that. The ambient sound is also quite cool, very relaxing. Environment is nice. It's a cool place to hang out and just doodle around with friends, drawing firework. And lastly we have the world called Dreamwaves by Very Merry. It is unfortunately also not Quest compatible. Sorry for all the questies, this entire episode was non-Quest compatible. We'll have some next time again. It is a really comfy world, what can I say? It looks very pretty. There's a lot of different areas, a lot of comfy spaces with different games, a lot of different mirrors. Overall a very purple bluish atmosphere, it looks very comfy. And I really like it. There's one thing in particular that I like about it a lot, which is this. Some kind of jelly thing that reacts really well to your entire body. It's most fun if you have full body tracking, but even without it's a lot of fun. It's some kind of area. You have things that just react to all parts of your body. I don't know, isn't this really cool? I love this. There's a lot of other options. You can have a mirror, you can have waves that you automatically go up and down. You can change the height of everything. Also, like, it's really fun if I just sit down, like do something here. I find this really cool. There's also a lot of different options for how it looks like. Personally, I'm fine with the default though. Okay, that should be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you liked it or if you have any kind of feedback, I'd really appreciate any type of comment. It helps me a lot and it motivates me to do more of these. One thing, for example, that I'm not sure about how I like it, or maybe you have good ideas, is all of these just pretty worlds. You know, worlds that look really good but you don't really have much interactivity. I don't know how I should handle those. Like, everything I'm saying to it is, yeah, it looks really cool and really pretty, and it is in that style or in this style, but it's always gonna be pretty much the same and very short and kind of awkward, at least for me to talk about, because it's more like, yeah, it looks cool. What else can I say? I don't know. So maybe I thought it makes sense to make a section at the end or at the start or in the middle where I show all of the just pretty worlds right after each other without talking over it. Just show like cool moments, and then the other worlds with more interactivity or interesting stuff to talk about I could handle like all of the ones before. I don't know. I'm open to any suggestion you like. Doesn't mean I will execute it, but I'm open to hear everything. As always, the link to the playlist of the series is down in the description. There's also a link to all of my worlds that I've collected, a GitHub page. That way you can have all of my currently 330 worlds that I've saved nicely categorized, and you can find it easily. And yeah, I think that's it. Don't know anything else to say. I hope you all have a good day, enjoy your weekend, and bye bye!